You have tax questions or need CRA tax help that you believe a call to a CRA tax center will give you the answers you need? Well, a recent federal auditor general report states that calling a CRA tax center will leave you with disappointment. If you are struggling with CRA tax debt, in addition to other tax debt, this Brandon's blog shows you how you can discover how a Canadian licensed insolvency trustee can help you legally eliminate your CRA tax debt and your other debt through a consumer proposal. Learn the differences between consumer proposals and bankruptcy and how we can help you stop CRA collections and wage garnishments, settle tax debt for less than what you owe, and protect your assets from CRA seizure. My name is Ira Smith, president of Ira Smith Trustee and Receiver, Inc. Both Brandon Smith and myself are available to answer any questions you may have, either about this Brandon's blog or anything else. So shoot us a message, give us a phone call. We would love to speak with you. I hope you can watch the rest of this video and you find the information helpful.
You know that feeling, right? The weight of a growing tax debt to the CRA? It can feel like you're completely trapped, just stuck in a maze with no way out. But what if I told you there are clear legal paths to freedom? Today, we're going to explain exactly what those options are. Let me tell you about Sarah. She runs a small cafe and had what she thought was a simple question about her business taxes. She tried calling the CRA, waited on hold forever, and finally just had to give up. Well, that one little unanswered question, it just snowballed into a $12,000 debt. And trust me, her story is frustratingly common.
So you might be thinking, was Sarah just unlucky? Nope, not at all. Her experience points to a much, much bigger issue. How does a simple tax situation spiral so badly out of control for so many hardworking people? The answer, it turns out, is baked right into the system itself.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really get what's going on, we have to look at the official data. A recent Auditor General's report paints a pretty clear picture of why just getting a straight answer from the CRA has become this massive challenge. Get this, 33 minutes. That was the average time you could expect to wait on hold just to speak with a CRA agent last year. We're talking half an hour. For a lot of people, like Sarah, trying to run her cafe, that's just not possible.
And that's if you could even get in the line to wait. Check out this number, 8.6 million. That is the staggering number of calls from Canadians that never even reached an agent. They either got a busy signal or the system just hung up on them. It's a communication breakdown on a truly massive scale.
But here's where it gets really alarming. As this chart shows, even if you manage to get through, the advice you get could be dangerously wrong. Just look at that first bar on the left. Agents answer general tax questions correctly only 17% of the time. Even their own chatbot, Charlie, was only right a third of the time. Getting bad advice can turn a small problem into an absolute catastrophe.
So you can see how this happens, right? This broken system is how a simple tax problem becomes a full-blown personal financial crisis. It happens when you cross a line, from just needing tax help to needing a serious debt solution. Let's look at the warning signs.
If any of this stuff looks familiar, getting those scary collection letters, your bank account suddenly frozen, or seeing your wages garnished, your situation has definitely escalated. At this point, you're past just needing a bit of help with your tax return. These are red flags that you need a serious legal debt solution. So what do most people do when things get bad? They try to set up a payment plan with the CRA. I mean, it seems like the logical next step, right? But honestly, it's often an incomplete solution that can feel a lot more like a trap. And here's why. First off, a payment plan doesn't stop the interest from piling up. Your debt is literally growing while you're paying it down. And if you miss just one payment, the CRA can cancel the whole deal and start aggressive collections all over again. Plus, it does nothing for your credit cards or other loans. And maybe worst of all, the CRA can just say no to your offer.
But this is where the story can change. When a payment plan just isn't cutting it, there is a powerful, federally regulated solution. And it all starts with a professional called a licensed insolvency trustee, or an LIT for short. Now, an LIT isn't just another debt consultant. These are the only professionals in all of Canada who are legally empowered by the federal government to file a consumer proposal or a bankruptcy. These are the two most powerful tools you have for dealing with overwhelming debt, and that includes everything you owe to the CRA.
This right here, this is basically their superpower. The moment you file with an LIT, a legal protection called a stay of proceedings is automatically put in place. By law, this immediately stops all collection actions cold. That means no more phone calls, wage garnishments are lifted, and frozen bank accounts are released. It is immediate, powerful relief. Okay, so you've got this powerful ally in an LIT. Now let's explore the two main paths they can guide you down to get that financial fresh start. We're talking about a consumer proposal and bankruptcy.
So think of it like this. A consumer proposal lets you settle your debts, including with the CRA, for just a percentage of what you actually owe. You make one monthly payment and you get to keep your assets, like your house and car. Bankruptcy, on the other hand, that's for when a proposal just isn't affordable. It eliminates most of your unsecured debts completely, giving you a total fresh start, while still protecting your essential assets by law.
Let's make this real. Meet John. He's a contractor. The CRA froze his bank account over $75,000 in combined tax and credit card debt. He was stuck. But through a consumer proposal, he arranged to pay back just $16,500 over 5 years. The CRA accepted, his account was unfrozen, and he saved his business.
So what does that really mean? It means this number right here. $58,500, that's the total amount of John's debt that was legally forgiven, wiped out forever once he completed his proposal. That is the power of this legal process.
And then there's Maria, a single mom. Her income was barely covering rent and food, and then the CRA started garnishing her wages, making things impossible. She had $43,000 in debt. For her, bankruptcy was the right path. It immediately stopped the garnishment, and after just 9 months, all $43,000 of her debt was gone, eliminated.
Maria's story really shows you what bankruptcy is truly for. It's not an ending, it's a beginning. It's not about failure, it is a legal tool designed to give honest, hardworking people a complete financial fresh start when they really need it most, letting them get back to building their lives.
You know, facing this kind of debt can feel paralyzing. It's easy to just freeze up. But just understanding that you have powerful legal options, that is the single most important step you can possibly take. Because knowledge is what turns a crisis into a problem you can actually solve.
Just waiting around isn't going to make CRA debt disappear. With penalties and interest, it's designed to do one thing: get bigger. But as we've just seen, you don't have to face it by yourself. So now that you know the legal paths that are available, the final question really is for you. What could your future look like, free from all this stress?